and welcome to A Calmer Life After 50. This is a channel about money, work, health, and everyday life after 50, with less pressure and more peace of mind. Not extreme minimalism, not get-rich-quick advice, not a perfect plan for a perfect life, just calm, practical ways to make life feel a little lighter, one small step at a time. Today, I want to talk about something many people feel, but do not always say out loud. The feeling that, by this age, we should have everything figured out. Our money, our work, our home, our health, our retirement, our relationships, our purpose. There is a quiet pressure that can begin to grow after 50 solders. It does not always come as a loud panic. Sometimes it comes as a small thought in the middle of an ordinary day. Am I behind? Should I have saved more? Should I know exactly what I want next? Why does everyone else seem more prepared than I am? And if we are not careful, those questions can turn into a heavy story. I should have figured this out by now, but I do not think that is true. I do not think life after 50 needs to begin with having all the answers. In fact, one of the calmer ways to move forward is to stop asking for a perfect plan and start asking for a clearer next step. There is a big difference between those two things. A perfect plan says, I need to know exactly how the next 20 or 30 years will go. A clearer next step says, what can I understand a little better this month? A perfect plan says, I must make the right decision now. A clearer next step says, I can make one thoughtful adjustment. A perfect plan often creates pressure. A clearer next step creates movement. And after 50, movement matters more than perfection. Many people think the goal is to remove uncertainty, but life does not really work that way. The economy changes, prices change, our health changes, our family situations change, our work changes, and sometimes what we want also changes. So if we build our peace of mind on needing everything to be certain, we will always feel unsettled. Maybe the better goal is not to remove uncertainty. Maybe the better goal is to become a little more steady inside it. That starts with looking at your life without blaming yourself. For example, with money, you may not know exactly how much you will need for the rest of your life. Most people do not. But you can begin by knowing your monthly living costs. You can look at what comes in, what goes out, and what expenses make you feel secure rather than stressed. You do not need a perfect retirement plan to begin. You need a simple picture of your current life. With work, it is similar. You may not know exactly how long you want to keep working. You may not know whether you want to change jobs, reduce hours, or stay where you are. But you can ask, what kind of work still gives me energy? What kind of work drains me too much? What would make the next few years more sustainable? You do not need to solve your entire career. You can begin by noticing what your body and mind are already telling you. With health, we often do the same thing. We imagine we need a complete transformation, a new diet, a strict exercise routine, a perfect morning schedule. But calmer health after 50 often begins in smaller places. A walk, more sleep, less rushing, a checkup we have been postponing, a meal that helps us feel steady instead of heavy. Small things are not small when they are repeated kindly. And with everyday life, maybe the question is not, what should my life look like now? Maybe the question is, what kind of day do I want to have more often? That question is simple, but it can be powerful. Because a life is not only built from big decisions, it is also built from ordinary days, the way we spend a morning, the way we use our money, the way we rest, the way we speak to ourselves, the way we allow ourselves to slow down. After 50, we may have more history behind us, but that does not mean the rest of life has to be locked in place. We can still adjust, we can still learn, we can still simplify, we can still choose differently, and we can do it without rushing. One thing I believe is this: peace of mind does not come from having every answer. It comes from being willing to look honestly at what is in front of you, without turning it into a punishment. So if you feel behind, I hope you can be gentle with yourself. You are not the only one who does not have everything figured out. Many people are quietly carrying the same questions. They may not talk about it. They may look prepared from the outside, but inside, they are also wondering how to make the next part of life feel safer, lighter, and more meaningful. So today, instead of trying to fix everything, choose one thing to understand a little better. One number, one habit, one expense, one source of stress, one part of your day that feels heavier than it needs to. Do not try to rebuild your whole life in one moment. Just make one part of it clearer. That is enough for today. You do not need to have it all figured out after 50. You only need to begin again, calmly, from where you are. No rush, no pressure, just one small step toward a calmer life after 50. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video.